Okay, everybody coming to a nice comfortable seat in your chair. Feel free to scoot forward a little bit, find those sit bones, and in fact, you can kind of like go side to side a little bit. And then you can make that movement smaller. So you feel both sit bones pressing down evenly. Peek forward. You want to make sure that your knees are approximately above your ankles. As always, if you have like a block and you wanted to take that between your thighs or between your feet, sometimes that can just be some nice feedback and support, not necessary. Let's give the shoulders a little roll out here. Good. And then you can roll them forward. Okay, let's roll back again. And maybe exaggerate this movement. So it's like you're going up and then back. You feel the shoulder blade squeeze and then down and up, back, down. One more. Up, back, and then down. Hold on to that feeling. Take your hands on your thighs. Allow your eyelids to close here if they haven't already. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. And open your mouth, sigh the breath out. Ha. Again, smooth, full, deep inhale. Maybe make a little noise as you let the breath go. Ha. Let's do that a few more times, just at your pace. Good, and when you feel complete with that, allow your lips to seal. You're going to inhale through your nose, and then you're going to also exhale through your nose. You're bringing your attention to that sound of your breath. So it's like your soundtrack here. You're observing the quality of your breath. So starting out, sometimes the breath can feel a little shallow, maybe a little ragged. Of course, we all practice together a lot, so there's kind of this muscle memory too. So you might find that you drop into your breath pretty quickly. It feels like you're, having brunch with a good friend. So right away, observing what's going on with your breath, maybe taking stock of what's going on with your body. Noticing if your shoulders are starting to creep up around your ears. Maybe noticing if there's any tension in your feet, your toes, or your fingers, your wrists. And then also do a little check-in with your face. Is there tension in your jaw? And you soften in all of these spots. So it's not that there's not any effort, but it's pretty easy. We're not working more than we need to. You're going to notice from time to time that your attention wanders. That's okay. But when you become aware of that, just remind yourself to come back to your breath. Good. So from here, go ahead. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out, let it go. Ha. And then gently blink your eyes open. And then let's, there's a couple ways you can approach this. We're going to move into a version of cat-cow. So you just keep your hands on your thighs if that feels good. If you have something on your chair that you could grab onto and you wanted to try that variation today, you're welcome to do so. And it just might give you a little deeper stretch in your thoracic. Both are good. So hands on thighs, holding on to something behind you. As you inhale, you're going to rock forward. And if you're holding onto your chair, you might find that you can lean forward a little more. Feel that lift of your sternum. And then as you exhale, round in, chin towards chest. Inhaling, coming into that cow stretch. Good work, everyone. As you exhale, round in. And then continuing like that, flowing with your breath. And I'll just demo here what classic cat-cow might look like with your hands on your thighs. Again, they're both good variations. And as you know, you're always welcome to get creative with your yoga practice, to skip things, to make little adjustments. We're always mindful of the fact that just because something felt really good last week doesn't mean that that's going to be true this week. Let's do a few more rounds here. Good. And then the next time you're rocking forward into your cow stretch, doesn't matter if you're holding onto your chair, if you have your hands on your thighs, let's just stay there for a few breaths. So you can feel your shoulder blades squeeze in towards each other. You're feeling your sternum lift up towards the ceiling. You might even be bringing your eyeballs up towards the ceiling a little bit. So gazing slightly up, kind of lengthening in the front of the neck. Whichever variation you're doing, can you get those shoulder blades to squeeze in towards each other a little more? Breath is smooth and steady. That inhale through your nose. That exhale through your nose. Good. As we exhale, we're going to round in. So we're coming into the cat stretch, and we're going to hang out here. So your chin is dropping towards your chest. This is going to help you to stretch into the back of your neck. You're rounding in that thoracic, that cervical spine, the upper spine. Can you round even in the lumbar spine? So it's almost like your belly button pulls back towards your spinal cord. And then we're going to inhale, come up to a nice tall seat. So if your hands are on your thighs, keep them there. If you are holding onto your chair, you can go ahead and take your hands to your thighs. Good. And then we're going to just get into the neck a little bit here. So as you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Right away, you might notice that your shoulders want to help out. So they creep up towards your ears, soften them down. You could imagine that somebody is just gently pressing down on your shoulders. And you're keeping that breath smooth and steady. You're feeling that sensation in the back of the neck. And it can be quite intense, especially this first one of the day. It can be really hard to let go. Let's take a couple more breaths here. And then as you inhale, you can go ahead and lift the chin so it's parallel to the floor. Beautiful work. As you exhale, you can drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. So we're going to start to feel the sensation shifting into the left side of the neck. Those scalene muscles that get really tight. Keep that breath moving. Send the exhale to the spots that are really tight. So you can just visualize your breath creating some space and ease. Always being mindful to back out a little bit if you need to, especially if it feels like there's tension happening inside your body, kind of trying to creep in. Let's stay here with the right ear leaning towards the right shoulder, but let's tuck our chin a little bit, and that's going to change where you're getting the sensation. You can always try something out and be like, that feels like it was too much. So you go back to the place where you were. From here, just lift your chin, take an exhale, and then inhale. Lift your head back to center. Let's come back down the center again. So dropping your chin towards your chest. Maybe it's already starting to feel a little bit different in your body. Maybe not. That's fine too. Right away, just imagine that somebody is pressing down on your shoulders. And just find that sense of lengthening in the cervical spine, breathing space between the discs in your vertebra. Use your inhale, that breath, to help lift your chin. And then we exhale, take our left ear towards our left shoulder. Right away, that right shoulder might want to pop up. So you're just letting it release down, sending your exhale to the right side of the neck, top of the shoulder. You might even be feeling this like in the scapula, so on the back side of the body. You're getting curious about how this side feels different. Does it? From here, maybe play with tucking your chin a little bit as well. And that's going to shift where you're getting sensation. If you start to grip, that means that you need to back out a little bit. So Chris, I think your hair is shorter than I've seen it in a while, and it looks really good. I like it. Nice haircut. And of course, we're all very jealous of your amazing curls. All right, so from here, lift the chin, take an exhale, and then inhale up to center. Let's give the shoulders another little roll out. Maybe they're starting to feel a little different as well. Good, and then just a little more neck and shoulder work. So hands return to your thighs. You're finding that nice Tadasana. Let's just move with the breath a little bit here. So inhale, sitting nice and tall. As you exhale, drop your chin towards your chest. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, drop right ear towards the right shoulder. Keep both shoulders releasing down. Inhale up to center. Exhale, chin drops towards chest. Inhale, chin lifts. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, center. Let's do one more round like that. So exhale, chin towards chest. Good. Inhale, chin lifts. Nice work, everyone. As you exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale up to center. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Good. Inhale up to center. So a little different this time. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, lift your chin. And then exhale, keep your chin parallel to the floor. But look out over that right shoulder. And let's take a couple breaths here. And I should say, you don't necessarily have to make it all the way to your gaze out over that right shoulder. You just stop where you're feeling some sensation. As you exhale, tuck the chin. And we take a few breaths here. And again, you can just visualize your exhale going to any places in the back of your neck that are feeling tight. Good. On your next inhale, lift the chin. Good. Exhale, come back to center. Take an inhale here. Exhale, chin drops towards your chest. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, keep your chin parallel to the floor, but move in the direction of looking out over that left shoulder. You might not get all the way there. Keep both shoulder blades releasing down. Notice if this right shoulder is kind of dragging forward too. So really trying to keep the movement isolated to the neck. As you exhale, tuck your chin. Keep that breath smooth and steady here. Good. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, come back to center. Let's do one more like that. So take a deep inhale here. Exhale, chin drops towards your chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring your gaze out over that right shoulder. Just move in that direction. Couple of breaths here like this. On your next exhale, start to tuck your chin. Good. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, come back to center. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, chin drops towards your chest. Inhale, chin lifts. Exhale, move towards bringing your gaze out over that left shoulder. Few breaths here. Shoulder blades are releasing down your back, gently squeezing in towards each other so you're sitting nice and tall. On your next exhale, go ahead and tuck your chin. Getting curious about where the sensation changes in your body and your neck. Good. Inhale, lift your chin. Exhale, come back to center. And then again, little wiggle out of the shoulders. Maybe they're starting to feel a little looser, hopefully. All right, so we're going to move into some twisting, and this is where you can use your extra chair or piece of wall in front of you. If you don't have any props handy, this will all work out too. I'm just going to switch things around here. So we'll do a couple twists without the chair, but we're just going to do the setup. I'm going to actually take my chair to have the back of the chair facing me today. All right. So let's just keep it nice and basic first. So let's go ahead and release our arms down by our sides. And then let's inhale, take the arms out and up. And then let's cactus our arms here. Good. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, little twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Beautiful work, everyone. Exhale, little twist to the left. If your arms get tired, you take a break. Inhale back to center. Couple more times each side. Exhale, little twist to the right. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale back to center. Good. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twisting to the left. A little oblique work here. Inhale back to center. So this time we twist to the right. Good. And then you can grab a piece of chair behind you. So this might be where you can use that desk in front of you, or the chair in front of you, or a wall in front of you, to kind of press down. And maybe that helps to give you a little more leverage to wrap those left ribs to the right. The other thing that you could do is just keep this really classic. Your left hand could come to your left thigh or your right thigh. But maybe if you have a table or a chair, play with using that prop to give you a little more leverage. And you could even play with where you're placing that hand on the chair and just noticing how it shifts things. Observe if your shoulder blades, or your shoulders rather, are up in your ears. Can you soften them down? Can you use your exhale to help wrap these left ribs to the right? And we got a couple breaths here. You might be moving towards bringing your gaze out over that right shoulder. Wherever you're at with that gaze, just really see what's in front of you. Good. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And then let's exhale. Unwind here. So you come back to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. We'll take that little sequence again. We're going to do the arms a little different this time. So release your arms down by your sides. Inhale, take them out and up. So this time, let's just take the arms out wide. So there's going to be a little more weight. Deep inhale here. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Really reach out through your fingertips. Come back to center on your inhale. Good. Exhale, little twist to the left. You're rooting into both sit bones. Yeah, these look good. Inhale, back to center. Good. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. And then we twist to the left. You reach, reach, reach. Beautiful work. Maybe you release your left hand down, so on the chair or the seat of the chair. And then with that piece of wall or desk or chair that's in front of you, you can almost press against it to help you get a little more leverage. And it feels kind of good. And then conversely, if you don't have a prop, if you're watching this on YouTube, hand on right thigh works, or left thigh. So there's always lots of ways to modify in poses. There's like not a right or wrong way to do things. Many paths lead to a good twist. Maybe you're moving towards bringing your gaze out over that left shoulder. You're observing how this side feels different in your body. Good, deep inhale. Let's exhale, unwind. Come back to center. Take a couple of breaths. All right, so we're going to come into another twist here. This is going to be sort of like our downward dog twist. So you might have to readjust yourself here, give yourself a little more room. So we'll be taking the arm straight. So I'm going to scoot this right chair forward. This right chair. The chair forward to the extent of my right arm. All right. And let's all just go ahead and start there. So you can stretch your arm forward, kind of root down. And it doesn't, I mean, you could be on a wall, you could be on a desk, you could even have your hand a little lower on the seat of the chair if that feels good. Left hand is going to come to your left hip. Good. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, start to spin your right ribs to the left. Good, and you're firming down into that right chair. Again, you're getting that right chair, into the chair, the seat of the chair. So you're giving yourself a little leverage. You could stay here with your left hand on your left hip, kind of squeezing the elbow into the midline. If you wanted to extend your left arm to straight, you could also take that variation. And you're breathing. You're trying to fill up on your inhale. You're emptying out on your exhale. As you empty out, maybe you wrap those right ribs to the left a little more. Everybody looks really good. Just remember, twist can feel pretty intense. So you do a little less if you need to. You take a break if you need to. You skip it if you need to. Okay, so if you're feeling playful, maybe spin your left palm to face up towards the ceiling. And then take that arm up and over. This is almost like a little Parsvakonasana in the upper body, a hard pose to love. These look great. And then let's all just unwind here. Maybe you pull your chair a little closer to you. Let's just take a little forward fold here. So you could be resting your head on that desk in front of you, against a wall. You could also be taking a deeper forward fold if you wanted to, folding all the way onto your thighs. Let everything slow down here. And then you can slowly roll on up. Move nice and easy. So after those forward folds, sometimes you can get a little head rush coming out of that. And then you can readjust your props here. All right. Got to even out here. So we're going to press our left hand into the chair. You're going to take your right hand. It's going to come to your right hip. And you're squeezing the elbow in towards the midline. So it's not winging out like a funky chicken. It's going the opposite direction. So you're kind of feeling both those shoulder blades squeezing in towards each other. Hold on to that sensation. Think outer hip squeezing in as you start to wrap your left ribs to the right. And you keep breathing, really trying to emphasize the inhale, really trying to fill up. It's tricky when we're twisting. Notice how as you empty out it on the exhale, it almost feels like you can get a micromillimeter more of movement in the twist. So you might be perfectly content to stay here like this. Maybe you want to extend that right arm to straight. You could even lean that shoulder back a little bit. So in addition to getting the twist, we're getting a little bit of a shoulder stretch. If you wanted to kind of play with that Parsvakonasana, extended side angle pose, maybe you start to spin your palm up towards the ceiling. Keep wrapping those left ribs to the right, even as you take that top arm up and overhead. You might be looking slightly underneath that top arm. We've got a couple more breaths here, really reaching through those right fingertips if you're extending that arm overhead. Good deep inhale. And then again, we exhale, we unwind, and we take a well-deserved little child's pose after that. So if you did that crossed arm variation, maybe cross the opposite way, so the way that feels a little funny, if you can remember. The world will not end if you do the same side twice. Key into that sound of your breath here. Let it slow down. Good, and then again, nice and easy. Take your time, but start to roll on up. And you might get a little head rush when you come out of that. All right, so let's incorporate a little hip stretching into some twisting as well. So we're gonna keep facing this direction, and then we're gonna have the opportunity to use the chair again as a little leverage. So it just kind of shifts where we're feeling some of the work. So as always, you might just stay exactly as you are with your legs. Perhaps you start to open, and I'll just turn face sideways. You find a little external rotation of that right hip. And this variation is nice. In addition to getting the hip stretch, you're also getting a stretch on the inseam of the leg. The other variation here would be to cross your right ankle above your left knee. You might be flexing this right foot a little bit. This is probably going to be a deeper hip stretch, but they're all good. So you just find the variation that feels right for you today. I'm going to come back here. So if you are in your warrior two legs, if you're opening that right leg up off to the side, you're going to take your right hand, potentially, and gently press back. So if you're feeling a big stretch without doing that, you don't need to. Conversely, if you are in this seated pigeon pose, you might take your right hand and press down if it feels like you need a little more stretch. And we just take a few breaths here in this basic shape, remembering that the hips get really tight, so this can feel quite intense. All right, so let's all release our arms down by our sides. Good, inhale, take the arms out and up. As you exhale, take the arms out wide. Nice deep inhale here. So let's exhale, twist right. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist left. Good, inhale, come back to center. And then we exhale, twist right. Stay here, stretch out, really spread your wings. And then release hands down. So again, you can use your hand on the seat of a chair, piece of wall in front of you, a desk, and you can kind of just leverage where you want that left hand to go. You press into that hand to help you wrap those left ribs to the right a little bit. You might be moving towards bringing your gaze out over that right shoulder. You return to that magic of your breath, that inhale through your nose, that exhale through your nose. Doing your best to fill up on your inhale. Good. So let's stay in the twist here, but let's inhale, stretch the arms wide again. And we're going to exhale, twist to the left. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. And it's going to feel a little different. So for me, I'm feeling a little more sensation in this lower left waist area. Breath smooth and steady. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling through your nose. And let's inhale, stretch the arms out wide. Exhale, return to center. Release the arms down by your sides. Beautiful work. So if you are in, actually, since we're here and we have something in front of us, let's take a little forward fold here. So whatever variation you're doing with your legs, you can make a little pillow with your hands again. You can fold in deeper if that feels better, but let's just take several breaths here. And this is actually really nice. It's nice to come into the forward fold while in the hip opener, because again, it starts to intensify the stretch a little bit. Maybe just making a mental note of what arm is underneath if you're using your arms as a pillow. Beautiful. So nice and slow. Start to roll on up. Good work. Come back to center if you're not there already. And just know going into our second side that the leg variation might look the same. It might look different. So you could stay here like this. Maybe you're crossing that left ankle above your right knee, flexing the foot, especially if there's any tenderness in your knee. Maybe you're finding the external rotation at that left hip, and you can walk that leg out as far as feels good. And we just take a few breaths here. If you feel like you need a little more in your hips, you can either be taking your left hand to the inside of your thigh and pressing back behind you, or you might be pressing down, so releasing that left knee towards the floor. And ask yourself, how does this side feel different in my body? Is this my tight side? Is this my easier side? Do they feel about the same today? Just noticing. Then we release our arms down. Inhale, out and up. Take up space, let it feel good. Arms are really active here. Exhale, take them out in a T shape. Deep inhale here. Exhale, twist. Let's twist to the left. I think I did that wrong. Good, inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Good, inhale, center. And then exhale, we twist to the left. Reach out and then release the arms down. And especially you're using something in front of you, kind of leverage yourself into this twist a little more. Breath is smooth and steady. Check in with your shoulders here. Make sure that they're not creeping up towards your ears. Perhaps you're moving your gaze out over that left shoulder. All right, so on your next inhale, feel that lift of your sternum. Extend your arms out. And then exhale, we twist to the right. Good, and then the same thing. Hand can go on any place on that chair or that wall or that table. Notice how twisting to the opposite side changes where you're getting sensation in your body. Feel that lift of your sternum, even as you're wrapping those left ribs to the right. Good deep inhale. Exhale, we unwind, we come to center. And then again, maybe if you can remember opposite arm on top this time, take that little forward fold. Really try to soften in your entire spine, but especially that lower back area. Nice and gentle. Start to roll on up. And then you can come back to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. I'm going to turn around to face you again. So you're just taking a few breaths here, checking in, noticing how you're feeling. And we're going to move into some breath work here. We're going to move into our Viloma 1 breath, so our 3-part breath. So find your nice Tadasana, your nice setup. Allow your eyelids to close here. Take a full, smooth, deep inhale through your nose. Full, complete exhale through your nose. Completely empty out, a little pause at the bottom. Inhale up to your belly button, pause the breath. Inhale to those floating ribs, to those lowermost ribs, pause the breath. Inhale all the way up underneath your sternum, pausing the breath. And then exhale through your nose, empty out. Take a couple of recovery breaths, so just nice, easy breath at your pace. And smooth, full, deep inhale together. Full, complete exhale. Empty out. Inhale 1/3 of the way, pause. Inhale another third of the way. Pause the breath. Inhale all the way up underneath your collarbones. And slowly exhale the air out through your nose. A couple recovery breaths. Smooth, full, deep inhale. Full, complete exhale, completely empty out. Inhale 1/3 of the way up. Pause. Inhale another third of the way up. Pause the breath. Inhale all the way up underneath your collarbones. Exhale the air out through your nose. So let's go ahead and reverse that. So let's come into our Viloma 2 breath. So instead of the 3-part breath on the inhalation, we'll be doing that on the exhalation. So I don't think we've done this together before. So let's all take a nice deep inhale here together. Full complete exhale. Good. Inhale, fill all the way up. Little pause. Exhale 1/3 of the breath out. Exhale another third. Exhale all of the breath out so you're completely empty. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. And just take a couple of recovery breaths. So you're maybe just observing how that felt different. I think it's harder. So let's all inhale together. Full complete exhale. Inhale all the way up, fill up. Keep those shoulders relaxing. Exhale 1/3 of the way down, pause. Inhale another third of the way down, pause. Exhale all the breath out so you're completely empty. The lower belly is pulling in and up. Little pause. Inhale. Exhale through your nose. Couple of recovery breaths. So when you're holding the retentions on the inhale, that has a more calming quality on the nervous system. Whereas when you're holding on the exhales, that has a more energizing quality on the nervous system. So let's do one more round together. So full deep inhale through your nose. Complete exhale through your nose. And then inhale, fill up. Little pause at the top. Exhale 1/3 of the way out, pause. Exhale another third of the way down, pause. Exhale all the way to the bottom. You're completely empty, you're pausing. And then full inhale. This time let's open our mouth, sigh the breath out, ha. Just taking a couple of rounds of breath here, observing how you feel. Do you feel slightly energized? A little more vibrant, a little more awake? And can you hold on to some of that quality even as we move in towards our final resting pose, Shavasana? So you might stay exactly where you are at. If you wanted to use that chair desk in front of you again, take more of a forward fold. You could do that as well. You're always welcome to come into classic Shavasana, just laying down on the floor, if that's something that's available to you. Find this place of ease, of dropping into some stillness. Invite your body and brain to begin to assimilate the work that we've just spent this past hour doing together, and drop into your body. And most importantly, just soak up these final moments. of stillness, of our time together. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityo ma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Let your next inhale be deeper. You can open your mouth, sigh the breath out, ha. And then just start to bring some gentle movement back to your body. So anything that feels good here, wiggle, stretch. You will eventually land with your hands in a pile on top of your heart. Send yourself love and gratitude. Send your body love and gratitude. We send each other love and gratitude. It really is a gift to be able to move, to practice together. And just promise yourself that you're going to carry this good feeling with you into the rest of the day ahead. Finally, just bow your head with a smile. Beautiful work today, everybody. Thank you. That was like our little twisted out spring cleaning session.